Dub. Yeah. What you know? We got a new motto this year. MCF. Money comes first.
Yeah. What up?
Right
man?
here with this. Yeah.
You already know, man. It's the man about town, Virgil Berry the second, and I'm right here with my pops.
Virgil Berry Sr.
You know what I'm talking about? And this is a special edition of A Real Talk podcast, man. Me and my dad been talking about this for a while now. And, you know, we've been discussing various topics we're going to be addressing on the platform. This is just another division of A Real Talk Media. You know what I'm saying? And we got a title for the show, but we ain't cooling nothing now. This is just like a soft run. I'm going to let y'all see what it is. But we about to drop some jewels on y'all.
Set it up for him, son. Set it up.
Right. Yeah, we're gonna give y'all little bird bites right now.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
But recently, due to a post I posted on social engineering through Facebook, there's a lot, a little turmoil. So my dad saw it and he decided to talk about relationships, men and women in our respective roles in them. And we gotta take it to the source. Every time I talk to y'all, when I say anything I say we always gotta take it back to the source. We gotta go back to the nature of reality, which is God. G-O-D in all capital letters, man. You know what I'm saying? Everybody have their own views and beliefs and depictions of what they think God or God isn't or that, but you know what I'm saying? We gonna get to the source. You know what I'm saying? And I got my pops here with me. This is a man who is a living, breathing example of what humans possibly can potentially do to personify. You know what I'm talking about? The word. Nobody knows the Bible. I know personally better than him, and we're gonna correlate and connect everything together with the living word, the actual word. For me, you know what I'm saying, and my perspective of what my knowledge expanse is, and then my dad gonna bring, you know what I'm saying, that other old head, that in stone, you know what I'm saying, that hardcore grill from, you know what I'm saying, from that Bible, something like how my man Geno Jennings do, you know what I'm saying? So we're gonna have the balance of the old with the new, the old with the young, you know what I'm saying, and we're gonna bring something to y'all, and this is just like a little, you know what I'm saying, a soft little, if you want to say test run, you know what I'm saying, but
medicine for the spirit. It's medicine for the spirit. Helps the soul.
Right, tell them that. We're going to get to this spirit, because we got spiritual warfare, like y'all already hear me say. Shouts out to my homie Red Supreme TV1. Shouts out to Mr. O and the Ozone Podcast. You understand what I'm saying? We got to start getting to the spiritual aspect of this, because outside of all the rigmarole and YouTube and social engineering, we about to stop calling this social media. We have to realize that we also have a spiritual warfare as well. And if we're not spiritually prepared, prepped, you know what I'm saying, armed, you know what I'm saying, we're going to call victim, you know what I'm saying, to the entities and the energies out here that's trying to further assimilate us into the hive mind collective of all this stuff going on out here. So, we're going to bring that balance, man.
We call it a father and son tag team.
Right.
And waking up the earth.
Right.
Some of y'all see me on Facebook. I don't get on Facebook like most people do, but I dab with it. I touch with it on basis that I need to and I'm supposed to.
Right.
Because I know how to reach out to y'all, and I know that value, the reaction that I got and the response from y'all.
Right.
So we are connecting, right?
Right.
Okay, good. This is beautiful.
Mm-hmm.
This is a time that was supposed to come, and it's coming the time that's supposed to come, which is now is the time for it to come.
Right, because
I got a poem that says this time has come, and it's about black people. It ain't even been out yet. I got the paper still in on the design table. It's completed. I had it years, but I'm gonna bring it out. It was one I was gonna bring out, but we're gonna use that later. It's one I presented to my son earlier when I came over here.
Mm-hmm.
It's called "To Be Born an American."
Right.
I wrote that poem back in 2007 in amateur poem contest. National Societies of Poetry and stuff. This is a big thing because I got all the paperwork and everything that came with it when I applied for it, okay? So I can prove what I'm saying is true. Blow your mind when I show it to you, okay? This is a poem that I wrote for what I won came in 33rd place.
2004,
2,000
Pearl
amateur
Harbor.
poetry readers that wrote poems like that, like me, was 2,000 of them. Out of that, 33 of them that what was chosen by the top board, and I was among those 33 that was chosen.
That's what's up.
And I got all the certificate and everything that I should have went to Las Vegas, where it's going to be International Poet of Societies Club was held at. See, I can give you all the information on it. All this.
That's
This
a
is
fact.
stuff that what I experienced in my life as a black man. It can always be good things. It ain't got to always, and even old school, okay? Young school. Okay? That's how we old school. That's how we old school.
We gotta bring that balance, man, because you know what I'm saying, we can't sit up here and listen. Y'all hear me say this a lot too, man. You know, we gotta pay homage to our
Chain of
to our
command.
OGs,
Chain
man.
of command. We
You know
was
what
here
I'm saying?
first. We generals.
We can't play the old heads off like they just don't know nothing and they stupid and they was you know, they made their mistakes and all that though, but they got a lot of knowledge and wisdom that they can actually pass down to us. And if we work working together versus, you know, because the whole ageism thing, we gonna touch on that too. You know, they're trying to split us up even further much with the ageism. So we gotta go against that. And what better way to do that with me through my man, listen, y'all don't understand how real this is right here. We got my pops right here, and we about to get into a lot of stuff, man. But today's topic of the show is relationships, men and women, and their respective roles in them. You know what I'm saying? And my dad, this is really inspired by me, inspired by my dad, inspired by me, inspired by my dad. And I said it like that because, you know what I'm saying, this is my dad, so, you know, anything that I think of, you know what I'm saying, it originated with him, you know what I'm saying?
Son, you bring to the table where you at, who you are,
Right,
being a part of me, and me having to provide it on the table,
Right.
and me being the table,
right,
is sharing it with you how you was able to provide by putting it on the table.
right,
So we're sharing, we're putting it together.
right, that's a fact.
That's why I said old school, new school.
Right,
you know.
that's a fact. That's
Me
a fact.
and you, you
Right.
know what I'm saying?
What better way to do it, you know what I'm saying? So when it comes to relationships, you know, we got this little fake gender war thing going on amongst black people and all of that stuff though. But like I said, man, besides all the rigmarole and all the back and forth, if we get back to the source, you know, I feel, and let me take that back. I know, I think, and I know that we can start to have some resolution for some things though, man. So my dad made a list actually, the talking points that we're gonna run through, you know what I'm saying? And him, now we don't actually have an actual Bible right here right now, but we're gonna go get one, you know what I'm saying? But my man right here, I'm pretty sure with any scripture he quote, he can give you the Bible chapter and verse.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying?
that's
I'm
what's
not
up.
even about to even sit here and go through that with y'all. But when we start doing this more often, we definitely
they'll
gonna have the word right
They
here.
will know.
for y'all.
They'll know.
Right. So you know what I'm saying? My dad, he wrote him some introduction words he wanted to say. We're gonna let him read it and I'm gonna sit back. Do you, Pops?
Just like Jimmy Dean, he came out with a saying. He said that we'll treat you so many ways,
Right.
good ways.
Right.
You never forget.
Right.
It'll be so many of them, he said, that you bound at least like one of them. And that's what I say to people that hear me out there.
Right.
Because what I say, I put it out there. Now, what you choose for it to do to you, what you want to do to you, that's on you. Okay? Or what you want it not to, let's put it that way. Because what it's supposed to do on you, if it coming from me, it's going to do what it's supposed to do.
Right.
We're going to connect in ways that you didn't think you would connect.
Right.
Only thing you fear for about me being able to physically get out there and touch you, to harm you, that's the only threat that I could feel to you and me. You know what I'm saying? Presenting to you right now at this point. That's what everybody is thinking.
Right.
But it's about when I can be a million miles away from you and you can't see me, I can't see you. But you can't touch me, I can't touch you. Even sometimes you can't even see me and I can't see you, you can just hear me. And you still can't stop, it's gonna do what it's supposed to do.
Right.
There's a new world, not only a new world out there, new changing, but also people, humanity, mankind is changing. Okay?
Like my man Red Supreme stuff. My man Red said, man, the game is fluid because it flows, man.
It's knowing your resources, where all this start to, no matter who you are as being, I ain't gonna say in America or German, or whatever nationality or race or creed or color that you're from.
Right.
I'm saying to everybody who's out there is a human being. That's who I'm talking to, all human beings.
Which is all of them, by the way.
All human beings that I'm talking to. If you're a human being, and I got on my Facebook and I mentioned something like that before. See, like I said, some people know me. So I'm not so much a lot. I'll be an introduction to for the first time.
Right.
But there's a lot that will know also of me anyway, and
Right.
been able to say it's about time. For those two who just now knowing, I hope you can be among the ones who say that it's about time. Okay,
Right.
so that means it's about your time,
Right.
like it was about mine. Somebody has to be ready to bring something to a mass of people. If always been one man that has to be used to bring something to masses, to the views of a person or a human being.
That's a fact.
I'll talk reality. Me and my son both talk reality. He put it in the language that you young people can understand, because there's a lot of y'all that this is old schools like me, and those that who can't have ears to hear think like those that who don't have ears, because you won't listen to what young school be trying to tell you, what old school told him to let you see it now how it is. You don't want to hear me out, so you have to hear it from him.
Right.
Either way, no one loses.
Right.
Because if you're still old school, then it's time for you to wake up.
Talk to him.
If it's new school, time for y'all to step up.
Uh-huh. That's a fact. And that's the main reason why we're having these conversations right here, man. So,
And we love you.
to death. That's why we're doing what we wouldn't be doing what we're doing if we didn't love what other and this is what we want to get into too, man. We want everybody to be willing to understand that love is not something that we strive for.
What we doing to the people right now is an icebreaker for them.
Right. Let me finish what I'm saying though. What I'm saying, like love.
We gotta get comfortable with y'all like y'all got to get comfortable with us.
Yeah, I'm comfortable with everybody. We see our conversation like this camera ain't even know. What I'm saying is, love is not something that we gotta strive for or something we gotta obtain. Love is what we all are at our core essence, man. So you know what I mean? Once we realize that's what we are, you know what I'm saying? That's when we can get back to being who we meant to be.
Should be given as freely as breathing.
You know what I mean?
That's the way love should be.
So as far as the relationship goes, like I said, my dad, he had some talking bullet points. Then you had that on your paper or something?
Yeah. But I ain't gonna have too much to do about with your love life. I know what you said there too, son. But I'm touching on a person with life of reality, waking up to who you are.
Right.
See, that's my main goal, is to share with not just about what everything else is going on around you, but about you, yourself.
Right.
You.
Because at the end of the day, you the real contender, man.
What good is it worrying and being concerned about 100 billion other people on the earth, but you don't care one iota about yourself? That don't make no sense to me. Okay, that's kind of wake up I'm talking about. I'm talking about the people who want to be woke up. You ain't got to be no certain age,
Right.
ethnic, color, creed, background, religion, origin, or whatever else.
Right.
In order for you to understand that who you are. When you know who you are and what you about, then everything else makes sense to you. That's what
Can't
me and my
nobody
son
tell
is
you
all
who you
about.
should be. When you know who you are, nobody can tell you who you should be. You hear me?
This ain't the battle of me and my son battling with each other. No, we working together. It's a unity thing. So for all those who's out there thinking that it's that type of thing, that ain't that type of thing.
No.
It don't make no difference. See, that's why I said it's a new thing. There's a whole new thing that's happening in Earth. I said that even on my Facebook. There has been a real crucial awakening, a spiritual awakening of God Himself onto man in this earth today. And man know it. There's those that want to hide and act like it ain't going on, but it is, because you can't stop it from not happening no way. You are part of it. That's what you got to understand. We are a part of it. That's it. Not it, of it, or it. We are of it. So it's something greater than us. And you got to know, and we know.
And I just sit here and said the other day, you know what I'm saying, that we are going through a paradigm shift in human consciousness. You hear me? Just to expound on what my pops just said. See, that's that bringing the old, we're experiencing a paradigm shift in human consciousness. Y'all, you hear me?
And we ain't a Bible stuff. We are of God stuff. This way God wants us to be. This who I know who I am as a child of God. If you ain't a child of God, then you call you who you want to be a child. How you gonna be mad at me because if I want to say I'm a child of God? You want to be a child of Uda Buddha or a cow? Then okay, you got that right.
And we gonna get into that too. You hear me?
Time for the world to wake. Time for mankind to wake up.
You know what I mean? Talking about the God of your understanding.
I speak one, I speak for all. I only can go and express only of one, and that's me. Only one of me I can express all this to, but I can share with many.
Right. So now, when it comes to relationships, you know what I'm saying? Like I said, because of the post I made, man, a little rigmarole going on, you know, a little craziness going on, everybody.
One thing, we're both never was, or we're not no male chauvinist pigs, so.
So we can
renounce that spirit.
Renounce that spirit all the time. We rebuke that spirit in the name of the Most High. You hear me, man? Listen here. We don't do no bashing. We don't hate women. We have definitely in our past been hurt by women.
Our mothers were women.
But we're not currently in the process of continuously hurting from our experiences with the women in our life. Know the difference. Understand over, inner, outer, extra stand the difference, man. You hear me? We ain't on none of that, man. We do what we do to hold account and shed light on, and we ain't perfect. We willing to even talk about the stuff that we need to do. This is the main reason why we do it, so we can keep ourselves polished about what we need to be tied up on, because we all got our various trauma, which we gonna get into, and we got our healing we need to go through, and we gotta step up as men, which is why me and my dad is doing this. We show y'all, like, you know, it's a process, it's work. We got a lot of stuff that we still need to work on together as a father and son. So, you know what I'm saying, what better way to come together and present it to y'all, though, so I'm saying, as we in the process of doing that. So with that being said, you feel me, when it comes to these relationships, man, according to that post that you seen, did you see it?
No.
Okay, my dad didn't see it.
I might have.
But
I might have.
You know what I'm saying? Did you see you seen the live video I was doing, though, right?
Yeah, I think I have seen a couple of them where it was on that ground about.
Right. No, and my dad said he basically said it got into thinking about you know what I'm saying, such things, and we're gonna bring, like I said, we gotta bring it back to the source. You know what I'm saying? My dad.
And it's time for women to see and be and know and hear the truth about the state that they're in right now when it comes to man. I ain't ashamed of that.
Right.
I don't care how many women hear this broadcast or see this broadcast. Mm-hmm. I have nothing against women. I came from a woman. What did you talk about? I had a beautiful mom. Treated me like she did and raised and still me. That's why I am the way I am today. Right. And women know it. Women know it. I'm not a womanizer and I'm not a whore man either. That either.
Like
I don't go after women, you know, it's not like that. It's not what it's about to me.
Yeah, we doing this for love, man. This is the this is the you know what I'm saying, our efforts to bring some balance back to this situation.
Time for a man and woman to be one like they was.
You feel what I'm saying? And y'all, I know I get a lot of flack. People think that I'm on some BS. Y'all think that I'm mad or somebody hurt me and all of that. Nah, it's none of that. What it is that I love so much especially my black sister, and that we gotta shed light on this stuff, man. You know what I'm saying? And to bring it back to the source, we gotta bring it back to the source, like I always say. Now, this ain't I know a lot of y'all out there probably feel how y'all feel about the Bible and religion and God and all of that, and that's all well and good. But the truth resonates, like my dad just said earlier. So if this ain't your cup of tea, let me say this, so if this ain't your cup of tea, if you don't agree, that's okay. Guess what? This ain't for you. Right?
Right.
And we respect that.
Tell him, son.
This ain't for you, and that's okay. You know what I'm saying? May the God of your understanding bless you with the over, inner, outer, extra standing, right?
Exactly.
To come to, you know, reality, so to speak. So, you know what I'm saying? Go ahead, bro.
Wanting to be set free. It's all about wanting to be set free and knowing the truth of something.
Right.
I mean, the world is out of hand. We can recognize how everything else is going on and astray in the earth with man as a whole, but we never talk about what we do as far as on the individual level, what we put ourselves through in our life.
Right.
Your life experiences that you go through sometimes, 85% of it is because you choose for it to be that way.
Right.
Maybe the other percentage of it is because that's just the way it is. That's the part all being universal law in the earth. That's just the way the world is. Either you're aware of you being here in it and what it's all about and the realness of it. That's reality of it. Because reality means that it's real.
Right.
A lot of people don't believe and want to believe that what we live in and what we go through is real. So that with the devil here to help them, you don't have to say it's not no devil. That's on you too. Because what you keep saying what it ain't can't stop you from what it is. And it's being what it is, okay? So you have no power over that. Let them know you're a human being. You're better than anything else on this planet, but you don't know that because you're so busy tearing it up amongst yourself and to yourself that you can't see it. And who you think is going to be the winner out of all of this, okay? You know God, if you think He created and loved you and cared for you like He do, wouldn't put you through it. So who else could it be? So that means Satan. But you wanted to put him, keep him in a mythical way in your mind. He's not mythical, he's real.
The greatest thing the devil ever did was convince the world that he didn't exist.
Yeah, and I've learned to see that the only reason people who think like that is them the one he got scared of. They really scared of him to even think like that.
Agent provocateurs.
That he's for real. That's how much fear he got in them that he makes them that fearful they won't say and see that he's real. He is. He know he is. Me and him go way back. He know me. And I know him. And like we say, let's get it on.
Let's get it on.
Let's get it on. And if he got me like that a lot of times, then he got you. How many times y'all recognize that he done something to y'all? Done attacked y'all. Did this to y'all. Caused that to that. That ain't nothing but him. You recognize that he can do physical things when it comes to that. But y'all really be doing it among yourselves.
Right.
It ain't him.
Right.
He's a spirit, right? The
Manipulator.
devil. So how's all that being done through? What? Through mankind. Through mankind.
So that's why we here to, you know what I'm saying, bring the basically spiritual fortitude, man. That's what I want to call. We're giving you classes and lessons in spiritual fortitude, man. You know what I mean? And the only way to do that is to go to the source. And when it comes to our relationships, like I said, we being manipulated into this whole gender war thing, and you know, and I'm not even going to lie, I've fallen victim to fall into it too. But I realized in order to change anything, right, we have to not only get back to the source, but we have to have the courage to, you know, expose the illusion. You know what I'm saying? And the illusion is being manifested through the imagery of our black women especially, but women as a whole over the whole world, for real. And when it comes to the relationship aspect of it, though, we have to all, no matter, like that's why I say, when it comes to the word, and this is one thing I understand about the word, not religion, not all your entities, what I'm talking about the word, what I understand about the word is that, you know what I'm saying, it's universal and it's the truth. It don't matter what your color.
And it's in black and white. It's written down. It's where it's supposed to be. It's how God put it. It's about one thing, you and me, man and woman. That's what it's about. You say you don't want to know about yourself, that's just as bad as saying you scared to be in the dark by yourself or you scared to be by yourself. This is the same way this is. It's about you being Eve and it's about me being Adam. I'm the man, you the woman. That's who I'm talking to. You women out there, yes, women.
Right.
It's good for men too, but it's about you all.
Right.
I got the foundation of it right here. It ain't so much about that. It's in the Bible. It's that's what you are. You're a woman.
Right.
Aren't you? Mm-hmm. All right. Then go back to it. Adam and Eve. All right. I'm a man. You're a woman. That's a relationship. That's what I'm basing that on. That's what that's all about. You and me.
Right.
I'm the first of its kind, and you the gift of all life.
Right.
That's how powerful and bad we are together.
Right.
I have dominion over everything. I have power over everything.
Right.
On this great big old earth that we in.
That's a fact.
You and me run all this. The animals and everything.
Right.
You're the giver of life. But look how we are now against one another. There's no more Adam and Eve.
Right. Talk to them.
We talking about in the garden before the fall.
Right.
That's what I'm talking about. Ladies, that's what I'm talking about. You a woman. Yes, it's about you.
Right.
You played a very important part. Y'all want to always skip over the part real quick that Eve, what she did in her part, and all she did was just listened to the devil and then gave the apple to Adam. You know, she don't know what she caused when she did that. I don't care if he was right next to her. Still, she knew. She knew. If she would have been in her place as being her helpmate. Okay, knowing who Adam was to her, he was the man, he was head over her. She just came out of him.
Right.
What right she had to say anything about him? Not giving him his props. And that's the way women are now today with man. Anybody sorry, man, ain't got nothing to do with that. It's about where you lost your place as being a woman, okay? Subjected and submitted, yes, to the man. Yeah, you don't like that. That devil came in by that time. And look what he did. Women is in such a state now in bondage in ways they don't even know that they are. Okay, I can set a woman free from that. I know. Why? First of all, I'm a man.
Right.
First of all. Second of all, you are a rib of me.
Right.
Second of all, or thirdly of all, to put the icing on it, you are the weaker vessel. Period. That means I'm stronger than you, period, in any way. You're weaker in any way with me, you're the weakest up.
Right.
So what that make me? The strongest. Plus I'm the head and the man, cause I said, you come out of me. I didn't ask for you.
Don't never
I didn't even know you was coming. God chose himself to say it ain't good for him to be alone. Sometimes as much as things I know I experienced would have to do with women, period. I wish he would have left me alone. He didn't have to put me to sleep necessarily to bring that up out of me if this is all the repercussions and consequences I don't have to take from her and deal with it because I have to, you know, go through this with her and she's supposed to come up out of me. I didn't think something that come up out of you supposed to want to hurt you. Right?
We gotta get back to the source.
Knowing the origin of man and woman, okay? Knowing what that is, I think if you get to the foundation, when you get to the beginning of something, then you can begin to understand anything from that point out. Cause that's the first of, okay? And that's what it was with Adam and Eve, you know. Not only were they from the same dirt and earth, but it actually literally came up out of his physical body. Just like somebody put you to sleep and take one of your ribs out. That's actually what happened in the garden. That stuff ain't made up. It ain't Walt Disney type stuff. They just look like animated things. No, that happened for real. Walt Disney could never touch nothing what God did in his works in the earth. It has to do with creation and man that he made in his own likeness and image. Now, you don't have to know who you come from, where you come from, and who you are. That's on you. If all you want to do is stick with what you think, what you was brought up in the atmosphere and the environment of life in this world that you was, and that's what you are, then okay, so be it. But you're much, much, much more.
And like I say all the time, man, you know what I mean? You know, this reality here is not what we've been told it is, man, and we got to get back to the basics. So, and just like my pop said, it's not about what we listen here. We do what we do because we love y'all. And like I say, man, everything that's going on and with the relationship between men and women, specifically, especially black men and women, is because we have lost our way. I think we have lost sight of what our roles are as men and women. And I think that if we can go back to the source, which is the word, you know what I'm saying, and really dissect it and really look at it for what it is, we'll get a clearer understanding of what our respective roles are, and we can start to heal. Like I say, let's heal our relationships together. Because, you know, so that's what's wrong. We out of order. Ayala Van Zandt said, women are out, black women, y'all are out of order. Men are out of order too, but, you know what I'm saying, for us to be able to get in our rightful place, we gotta have y'all in y'all's rightful place. And that's the reason why we having these discussions and conversations.
It's always basically, it's more important about getting.
You already know we back, man. We got to take a short bathroom break. You know, we
gotta tell folks about get on break.
There's nothing wrong with telling y'all. There's nothing wrong with telling y'all we took a bathroom break and now we're coming back.
Anyway. That was volunteered though.
Anyway, we got to take a quick break. But now we back.
That's just good humor.
You know, so that's nothing, man. We gonna wrap it up though. So like, you know, this is, you know, like I said, we're gonna just get into these issues and topics a little bit more in depth as me and my You know, me and my pops can come together and bring all this content. We just want to basically touch on this briefly tonight.
You know, put the rocks in place.
Right, we just wanted to speak on this real quick, you know what I'm saying, to bring some things back to clarity and also to shed light on, in order to fix what's going on, we had to get back to the source. We gotta go back to where it all started, and that's why I'm glad I got my pops here to give me some assistance and give me some guidance and counsel as well, as long as we do it. And in the process, y'all wanna go through our healing process that we gotta go through together. So it's a beautiful thing all around. You know what I'm saying? Y'all want to go on Facebook, you know what I'm saying, and hit up my pops. I'm pretty sure all you gotta do is go look up Virgil Berry, you know what I'm saying? You might get my picture too, but y'all see our face, so y'all go on Facebook, just type in Virgil Berry. I got on the Benny Butcher hat, and he gonna see, you know what I'm saying? We look alike, so y'all gonna see it. Go ahead, add us as friends, we accept the friend request, and you know what I mean, chop it up or whatever. As far as YouTube goes, you already know, hit that like button, hit that like button, hit that like button, you know what I'm saying? Share on all your social engineering, not calling this social media, social engineering platforms, you know what I'm saying? Get the content out, you know what I'm saying? Subscribe to the page, hit the bell, you know what I mean? Leave a comment, you know what I'm talking about, do that as well. If you want to ever get in contact with me, want to get in contact with my pops, just hit me up on the email, you know what I'm saying? arealtalkmedia@yahoo.com, you know what I'm saying? Any questions, you know, hit us up. We're going to answer them to the best of our ability. Anything you want to add in there before we wrap this thing up, man?
Yeah, we'll be touching grounds on like the characters that is in the Garden of Eden. It's God and Adam, and then it's God, Adam and Eve, and it's God, Adam and Eve, and the serpent.
Right.
And then you have the trees, okay?
Right.
Then another one I haven't put on my list yet, but it's also what they said or pertained to as being the fruit. What was the fruit?
Right.
It's so much spoken of that's supposed to have been eaten in the Garden of Eden. You know, there's so many different concepts of it. It's out for the silliest, stupidest one to me that actually think that it means a real apple that he ate from off an apple tree. You know, he said there was other fruit trees in the gardens and all the other ones they could freely eat of, but this one particular one don't eat of. So I don't know what fruit was on that tree that they wasn't supposed to eat off of, but they did.
Right.
But it wasn't no problem them eating all the other fruit on the other trees.
Right.
So this apple bit, I don't know. I've always questioned that. In fact, I never really did believe that from day one.
Right.
Then it says the reason why that we got this lump in our throat, which is our esophagus. That's what it's a part of. All right, we call it the Adam's apple. I don't know if Adam had that or not, but I think it's more of a physical, medical thing that the body needs and has to have for the rest of it to function, as far as breathing and all that is concerned. It's more of a biological thing, I think, than stuff they be talking about. They got the apple in the throat for every reason.
Yeah, man, we're gonna get to that too, because everything as far as the flesh is concerned in this reality is a result of what I call the hack, but my dad calls the fall.
Right. And it's basically just pointing out and giving them more info on Adam and Eve as being a man and being a woman. Okay. They were flesh just like we are, so we come from them, so they just as real back then when they was there in their time and age as we are right now when we in our time and age, okay? Just as real.
That's a fact.
So we need to lock that in as reality, okay? And then we can begin to start building with the foundation and the right bricks on seeing where all this is going to and why it's like it is right now between man and woman. That is me and my son's main goal, is to open up the eyes of man and women. We ain't choosing you out, so there's no prejudice in it. It ain't about your color skin or where you from or your education or your class level or your intelligence quota. We don't care. It's about you being a human being, and this is what it's all about, you know, because this is a great war going on between man and woman. Has been from the beginning, ever since the fall, you know, and it's time for us to wake up as human beings, man and women.
That's a fact.
To heal this thing and stop this. We're annihilating our own selves. You know, not just men and women, but mankind itself, you know. You know, it all started in the garden, you know, when they was talking about Cain and Abel. That's the first of everything that has to do with anything negative to doing harm to the physical body from one human being to another. It all started right then with two brothers,
Right.
Cain and Abel. Everything came from up out of that.
Right.
Period.
Right.
People wonder why there's violence. That's why it's violence.
Right, right.
Okay? Why? Physicalness. Have to hurt someone else physically, okay, to do bodily harm. Why? Because of a jealousy. What jealousy? Because they gave something more that God accepted that way you did because your heart wasn't in the right place. That's what happened. That's what brought on the fight between the two brothers. That Cain was jealous of his brother Abel. Alright, just like jealousy is today, but everything that is of the devil and negativeness come from up out of that scene. When it unfolded and came to being, that's what released all this, what we see today right now. Us, fellow humans.
Right.
Not so much brother man or brother to brother, or we all brothers. No, we all people.
Right.
We all human beings. We made from the same one mold. And when we do it to each other, all we doing is annihilating one another, period. That ain't what man was created for. Alright, you come from
Designed for
somewhere.
that, man. We want design.
So we're trying to bring the peace back to the table, you know.
Right.
Humans, humanitarians, all humans among all humans, loving humans. It's like Jesus Christ came down here. He came to teach it. We don't want to accept it, a lot of it, because he was a man. Shows you that, see, you don't know just who and what you are. Being a spirit being, that's what you're being kept in darkness about. You a spirit being in a body. That's what the way we are made. That's what we were designed, that's what we were created. You see how easily we can be disposed of. That ought to tell you something, and ought to show you that we didn't create our own selves, because I wouldn't create myself to self-destruct.
You
Not
heard
me
it.
doing it to myself, let alone anything or anybody else able to do any harm to me.
That's
And
a
we
fact.
know what we talking about, those been in those situations before,
Right.
on whatever level it might have been.
Right.
Makes no difference, but you express it one way or the other.
Right.
And it's not supposed to be that way, shouldn't be that way.
Right.
And that's what we here to spread. You know, we're trying to wake up the world. You wake up spiritually and see what's going on for real, then you got a chance to be able to overcome it.
Right.
Get the victory over it. If not, it's going to destroy you.
And we
We
on
done seen so many people in and on the earth and no longer in the earth.
Right.
And then to a point no longer on the earth.
Right. And y'all see with the recent deaths of Young Dolph and whoever else is up next. Like I say, y'all, this is a spiritual thing we at, and if we're not spiritually fortified, if we're not spiritually known or knowledge of how to defend ourselves from these entities, you know what I'm saying, that is coming, you know, to part of this paradigm shift, you know what I'm saying, this is a lot more than physical, man, you know what I mean, so it's only right that, you know, we come together and, you know what I'm saying, pool our resources. Me and my father, we come together, you know what I'm saying, and we
Everybody
break this
play their
thing
part.
down for y'all, man, and maybe give y'all some insight on how to spiritually fortify yourself and
Exactly.
protect yourself and arm yourself. So, you know what I'm saying, like I said on my mixtape, man, I keep my energy up because the devil's deceitful, man. And y'all, mean, you know, I mean that when I say that. So y'all know, make sure y'all hit that like button, man. Tap that like button. Like I said, subscribe to the page. We got more content coming. You know what I'm saying? I'm Virgil Berry the second, aka Stats with the Facts. You know what I'm saying? This is my pops right here. You know what I mean?
VLB Senior.
And we're gonna be bringing y'all a lot more content, man. So you know what I'm saying? Just stay tuned. You know what I mean? Like I say, hit that like button, hit that like button. Hit
It's
that
just the
like button.
beginning, just the beginning.
We just getting started though, man. So y'all enjoy y'all's evening, and we're gonna come back with some more interesting topics. You know what I'm saying? My dad just had a whole list of topics, so we're gonna be getting into it. You already know what it is, man. Hey.
Peace out.